Hello and welcome back to Captain of Industry. So last time we were planning our waste facility over here. We'll get to that in a second. We're going to send the ship out first. He failed to do this one last time. What was this? Bauxite? Yes. Not too concerned about bauxite yet, so let's send him somewhere else. Let's go here. Have fun over there. I'm sure you won't get into a fight. So what did we do last time? We fixed, or we think we may have fixed our input-output storage loop mechanism over here, and hoping that is occasionally sending materials down here. There's a few there, so it's getting there occasionally. I think it's right. I don't know. It's as close as it's going to get. Our sulfur is looking super good. I do want to start sending stuff over here, which it's done a little bit of. I just want to see it doing a little bit more, which it is pretty much now. Yeah, we'll just give that a minute. What's this message that popped up? We have a high supply of fuel gas. We're not actually bothered. Oh, that's the one down the other side, isn't it? Truck is struggling to find a destination it can reach. Where are you trying to go? Why can't you get there? Oh, now you're trying to get somewhere else. Now you've stopped. Another truck is struggling to find a destination it can reach. Where are you trying to go? You're trying to go straight to these boilers for some reason. To deliver coal straight to them. Don't do that. There are buckets for coal. You should be taking them to the buckets. As you can see, we're quite low on coal. Our coal miners are busy working away. Our refinery is full to the gills with coal. The problem is that coal is there and then trucks can't get to the coal afterwards. So I think we're going to have to put a little coal bucket in here somewhere. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to put this... let's have a look over here. I'm going to put this here. We're going to set this to be coal. We don't want trucks importing to it. Do we? No, we don't want trucks importing to it. And then we're just going to grab a coal belt and hopefully have a relatively nice little loop over here. You don't want to go all the way over there for some reason. Is that because you sort of reached the maximum length? Yes. That's fine. Just go there. I would also like to connect this one to it. Like that, and we're going to just unity all of that. I noticed that is a Mark 1. That should be a Mark 2, shouldn't it? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that should be a Mark 2. Let's get that upgraded. And this little bit of belt here upgraded. And then we may as well do this one as well. Okay, cool. Yes, there's no reason for that to be a Mark 1. Where are you trying to get now? To various other places to deliver something. Where are you trying to go to? Oh my word, all the way over here. Don't. What are you trying to deliver? Fuel gas? No, that's fine. Put it into the storage. If the storage is full, then we don't need it. It's alright. Tree harvester has no trees, has no truck assigned. Oh, okay, yes. Let's give him a few trucks. That should disappear in a minute. Ah, yes, pillar's about to collapse. Let's sort this little disaster zone out. Our ship is in battle. I'm sure it's fine. Doesn't really give us a score here for the ship. It has 3 15 mils to our 20 mil. I'm sure that'll be okay. So let's bring this all the way up around here if we can. And let's just unity that. And that should hopefully stop that being a problem. He says... yeah, that should be fine. We have more trucks struggling to find destinations they can reach. Where are they trying to go now? You're trying to go to that bucket. Don't go to that bucket. Who else is there? I think you're all fine now. Okay. This is now entirely blocked because of output. It is now full of dirt. But dirt should be coming out relatively quickly. But it's just we're just getting a lot of rock out at the moment. That's the thing. Because the rocks, maybe we should change this. If we take rock off of there and add rock back on, I wanted rock to be first. I take dirt out and add dirt on. There's no way of making dirt first. Okay. Well, we'll just have to wait for the rock to come out then. There is some dirt coming out now. Not a lot, but a little bit. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Oh, I never actually built the bucket. Let's build the bucket, and that should be marked to be so trucks can export from there. Cool. Okay. So, those are a couple of little niggly bits sorted out. I'm assuming we won our fight. We did. We got some electronics 2 and electronics 3. And we found a radar system. Cool. Go... You can't reach it? Why can't you reach it? Oh, because you haven't actually come home to refuel yet. That's fair. That's fair. Messages. A truck is still trucking on a destination. Oh my word. There are lots of things you're trying to reach. There is no reason you can't get to those. Unless you have got yourself stuck. Ha 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 ha. You fool. Off you go with you. And you look like you got yourself stuck as well. I'm not sure if you did, but it's fine. Okay. Oh my word. No available place to dump products. Are you having a laugh, mate? Oh, it's because it's got mixed. No, it's just got copper. And we don't have a place to dump copper directly, do we? Yes, we do. It's there, but it's full. We can upgrade it. That might help that a little bit. The ship has returned, so go over. You still can't get there. It's because you are waiting for fuel? No, you are fully fueled. So what is your problem? You have a... It doesn't tell me your actual range, does it? It doesn't tell me your actual range. It says the fuel tank size, not the actual range. Okay. A bunch of other things, but you can't reach there. I'm sure you should be able to reach there now. You can't reach anywhere. Why can't you reach... I upgraded your engine. You should be able to reach these things. Engine 2. Ship bridge 2. No extra fuel tank, but the ship engine gives you additional range, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Anyway, so we have another pillar about to collapse, which is just this little bit over here now. Excellent. Let's just get rid of that and fix this problem now. Unity it. And then connect to this. And then connect to this. And then... Why will you not connect to that? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just come like over here. And then unity that. Okay, that's sorted. The flattenator has no available destinations to mine, which is wonderful. Let's have a little look. So all of this has now been flattened. I might get them to take out this little nubbin here, just because, which will probably cause issues with this pipework up here. But aside from that, there's not a lot else for them to worry about. It's either we take out this nubbin here, or we send them some... We could get them to do this bit. What was the other thing I was going to get them to do? I'll just like flatten this mountain. Should we get them just to flatten the mountain? I don't know if I have a lot of use for it. Let's do this bit up here. Let's do this bit up here. So we're in flat mode. We're just going to say do all of that, and all of that. And then we're going to come down to the flattenator tower. Going to edit your area. We're just going to draw a new rectangle, and it's going to just be there. Excellent. That is that done. The ship was fully repaired, but we still can't... Oh, now we can send you out. You were just waiting to be repaired, were you? Okay. Fair enough. Off you go. And I think it told me the range down there as well. I think I just saw pop up. Not necessarily. Okay, it's fine. Whatever. Okay, that's fine. This is still blocked because of full output. We are full of coal and dirt. And we're getting quite full of limestone. I mean, it's not the worst place in the world to be. The trucks will be collecting coal from here. Because there are places I've noticed where coal is just not getting out. Like here, look. So we should be seeing trucks coming to get... Oh, you've got coal and a little bit of dirt. We should be seeing trucks coming over here. You are the coal input, but people can no longer get to you because I've blocked off with this bit here. Yep, that's fair. I did do that. So what we'll do is we'll get a flat lift, which we'll put here. Oh yes, because you need to go this way. We'll put you there. And we're just going to put another one there, although that says that's not connected. Why are you not connected? Because it's a flat lift. Because it's a flat lift. Okay. Why were you not... Why will it not flip the direction? It's because I copied it. Oh, this thing sometimes. Right, and then... Is that Mark II? No, how do I do that again? Oh, we'll just do it afterwards. It's fine, whatever. Unity, Unity, Unity. And once this is done, we'll upgrade it. And upgrade that. Okay, right. So now we have coal coming out and somewhere for them to dump coal if they need to. They should be taking coal to various other places, such as over here, which they have been. Excellent. Okay, cool. No trees to harvest. I swear we'll get to something in a minute. I swear. I guess... I don't know if you can get to anything here. But if you can get those, otherwise just start coming over here and getting whatever you can over here. Let's not worry about those bits yet. I saw you get unselected tree. Okay, they have that. The ship is in battle. We have 2 ships of 15 mils, which should be absolutely fine. Right, so... Today, I have done a little bit of work over here. I can't remember. I've got it all fully belted in everything. This is finished over here as well. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. Let's just pop this over here to get them out of there. There is still iron to be mined down there. So let's come to here. And then we want to come... We want to get rid of this. We want to come back like another one, don't we? Oh. I think like that. Okay, and then we need to come over here, edit its area, bring you back over here. Cool. Right. Oh. So, this. So, I think I've added some things to here that you haven't seen. So, it's all fully belted up. The belts might need to be upgraded here and there. We'll come to that as and when we need it. So, what I've done is I've added in gravel plus compost to dirt, and then... compost and dirt and water to fertilizer organic, which is being collected up here. I've also dropped these forward 1 tile. These also need to be dropped forward 1 tile, but it is just slightly more awkward because they've got stuff plugged in, and that's just so when you put the big storage in, you can still get a pipe behind it, otherwise you can't. So I've added these in purely because I know we do have that sort of going on up here, but these are making like 3 compost, and this will potentially make 3 per each of the digesters, plus 8 from that, and I think there's some somewhere else as well, I can't remember. But yeah, so it seems to make more sense doing it there. So we are going to start building this. So we want, in fact, we're going to just want all of this. We're going to want all of this and this. We're going to want all of this. Oh yeah, so I've swapped over to a large what are you called? Crusher, a large crusher, because 2 of them were enough to get the gravel for this, but because we are now also getting gravel down here, and the reason I've gone this 2-stage of getting dirt and then mixing dirt with more compost is simply because you get a better ratio of compost to fertilizer. So that's why we've done that. So we're also going to want these belts, and we're going to want probably not those belts yet. We're going to want this, and we're going to want this. And these are Mark 1s at the moment, so at the moment one of these can support one of these. When we need to run 2 of them, we will just simply upgrade this to a Mark 2. We don't need to worry about those pipes. We're going to need 1 of these, including that exhaust. I have not yet hooked up their exhaust to the exhaust scrubber as of yet. We probably don't need those quite yet. If we just do this one and this bit, we're going to need 1 of these, which means we're going to need this and that pipe. Probably going to need that pipe, are we? No, I don't think so, but it doesn't really matter. Let's get all of those pipes done. You cannot be reached as a rock store because of this temporary pipe that we didn't actually need to build. That's fine. We can unity that out of the way, and then people can reach you. We are going to need 1 of these. We didn't need all 3 of those, actually, so let's just pause a couple of those. So they make 101. That makes 42 brine, so we're going to need 1 of those, and I'm guessing 2 of these? No, 3 of those, okay. So let's get that pipe work done, and that pipe there, I'm guessing. We didn't need these belts down here, but that's fine. I think that is everything we need. So we're going to need some water in this system. So we're going to bring this down over here just to get some water in there. The waste is fine. That'll just come from waiting for products. That's because of the water. That will get there in the end. We don't want trucks being able to deliver there. Until we start generating water in this system, we will probably want to... I suppose we're going to be pumping the water in there, aren't we? So we probably can now. Did we build a transformer down here? Waste collection, biomass, and water. No, we haven't. I probably do want to get that down here at some point. We want to delete this one, though. And we want to delete this one and all of those, I think. So they've delivered oodles of fuel gas over here already. I'm not sure we needed all that fuel gas, but it's there. We've got water coming in. We probably do just want to put some into this tank as well, because this tank has its own separate feed going into something. I think it feeds the town. So yeah, we do need that belt, that one filled as well. Okay. So this is gone. I think we have to unity that to get rid of it. This is gone, so these are now being sourced only from here. This will start filling up this, which will use the fuel gas and some water. It doesn't have any water yet because it's just all being used as soon as it comes out of this pipe at the moment. That's fine. That's because this is getting split between these two. But this one has an output to the generators. We're not using a lot of steam, so I might just pause that pipe temporarily. And then what we'll do is maybe think about, once this is done, because the 2 input purely to this one, we don't have any input coming to this one at the moment. So maybe what we'll do actually is just connect this one just to this tank, and then we don't need that bit at all. Okay, so we have water coming in that's being immediately used, which is probably fine. It's probably fine, because at some point we will start generating our own water. We're not going to start generating water until we have the wastewater, which also needs the filter media, and we don't have any manufactured sand at the moment. Why is that? You're working on it, that's fine. You're just starting to output that. Excellent. You are waiting on steam. Why do we not have steam? You have water. You are full of steam. So why don't you have steam? How did I set this up again? Ah, yes, because it prioritizes steam from the incineration plant if it happens to get enough waste in there to actually burn it, which is this input pipe here. So it prioritizes that one. Otherwise, it accepts of this one. But it says there is that because this pipe's going the wrong way? Yep. Now that says that's broken. Hold on a second. The exhaust goes to there. The steam... Oh, no, the steam... Wait a second. What's going on here? This is wrong. That's what's going on. How did... You must have got water delivered to you. I don't want things being delivered to you. Water should be coming from there. Let's unity that. Do you have water in? Yes, you do. Okay, that's correct. Okay, so now the steam is going to come out. Steam comes out of here, goes into this balancer. This balancer is prioritizing this one, but there's not a lot in there. We do have steam in this pipe now. Okay, that's the main thing. So what were we waiting on steam for? Something. This? Why don't you have steam? Because these pipes didn't get built? I don't think that's why, because where is... Oh, those pipes didn't get built. We didn't need that pipe there, but that's fine. So you are now bringing in steam. You're going to start making brine. The brine should make its way over here. As always, we just want to keep a bit of an eye on this and make sure it's doing as it should. Right now, the waste just comes into one tank and gets sent across to any and all of them which are available, which is absolutely fine. Most of it should be going in here. This is now full. We're just waiting on the chlorine. This should have started producing water and brine. The water will go back into the system. So we might be at the point where we can actually pause this pipe now. Well, there's not a lot of water in the system, but we'll see how we go. This one is now making chlorine. I'm just going to put an alert on this in case it is empty. Because if it empties out, I think this will be a water positive system. But if it empties out before then we've got some trouble. Okay, so this has made a whole bunch of rock, which has gone over to all the necessary places. This is waiting on more brine. This is running, so that's fine. This is waiting on chlorine. Why are you waiting on chlorine? Oh, because we never hooked the chlorine up. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. So we should have a little bit of chlorine in these somewhere. No. What happened to the chlorine? It got to here. It just hasn't been transported out yet. I'm going to pause this pipe. So the chlorine now should be coming down here. Yes. So let's... how much chlorine do you need? 16 So there's a slightly more than 60, of course. We're going to get a Mark II pipe. We're going to come here. We are going to come up to, I guess, 4. And try and get our way around this absolute catastrophe of pipework we have over here. I don't want it as close as that to those ones. If I bring it down to 3 and come underneath this. Bring that one there. And then this one can come down here. And then we need Mark I pipes to connect into each of these. And then we can get rid of that. And where's the extra bit over this side? I really dislike it when it does that and I can't tell what it's just done. I should have been more careful. It's my fault. What don't we have now? We don't have water output either. Okay, there's a whole bunch of stuff we've missed. What pipe did I just disconnect? Oh, damn it. Damn it. There appears to be nothing at this height. Wait, I've connected them to the wrong thing. That's what it is. So that goes there. That goes there. That is chlorine output. Because that's coming from there. So I don't want that there or that there. You should be connected to that. That was very confusing, and we'll be a bit more careful here and we'll use that method instead. That was a very confusing couple of moments. Okay, let's get that built and that built. That comes all the way to here. If we build that as well. You are connected to the fertilizer for some reason, so let's get rid of all of that. Copy a Mark II pipe. Connect you to there. Unity U. I'm glad I noticed it was connected to something stupid. Okay. So we should now be having chlorine out, which is coming over here into this system. This needs to connect to water input, which is... Oh no, I already do have the water input. Oh yeah, no, there's just 2 outputs for water. Okay, fine. And there's 2 inputs for waste. I think we're good. I think we're good. You should be having chlorine coming in any minute now. Chlorine's coming down there. Should be coming down this pipe. We do have a low supply of water, so I am going to unpause that pipe again. We have chlorine. This is now working. Right. So this is working. This is working. This is working. It's complaining about a blocked pipe, but that's fine. We know this is working. We haven't had any slurry yet to test that. This is running because we've had enough waste come in. We are making like about 60 waste, and this can do 144, so we should be fine for that. Shouldn't be seeing that backing up at all. Okay. We do have a lot of waste water, but that is actually getting processed now. Should be getting processed faster than it's coming in. We are filling up with water. Trucker's trucking to find a destination it can reach. What truck are we trying to click on? It is you. Where are you trying to go? You're trying to go to these limestone ones. I guess don't. Oh yeah, because that was... They did have a route in there, didn't they? Okay, turn that back on. We have to fix this a bit more. So let's bring this back to here. Unity that. Copy this. Collision with pipe, so we'll put that there. Connect that there. Delete this, Unity this. Connect this. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Connect this to this. Unity, Unity. Okay. Yeah, that's fixed that. They can now get there. Okay. Excellent. Right. So this is working. We haven't had any... We've got slurry coming in, which is not getting here because I didn't build this lift. That's fine. We can fix that. Don't Unity the actual building itself. So now we've got slurry coming down. That's going to make some fuel gas, which is going to actually pose a bit of a problem if we are full of fuel gas. Yeah. That's a problem for later. It's a problem for later. Okay. Chlorine's coming in. It's getting immediately sent over here. This is dealing with it. That's going down. Let's pause this pipe because that tank is now full of water. We have a little bit of coal because that needs to be used for the mixer and for the boiler if it needs it. We have fuel gas here. Trucks can import because I don't think the fuel gas input's connected to anything. So trucks can definitely import fuel gas there. It would be very nice if we hooked the fuel gas up down there, wouldn't it? It would be very nice indeed. Because the fuel gas is probably... So the priority is that, then it does fuel gas. Otherwise it does the coal. Yeah, so it would be very nice if we had fuel gas getting down there automatically. So let's do that. So if we come over here, let's go down an extra one. Doesn't really need to be a Mark II, but it is now, so we no longer need trucks delivering there. That's fine. Okay. You are working, you are outputting compost, which goes onto this belt and goes nowhere at the moment. So let's get those bits built. That compost will come down here and get split between this one and also go up here. Okay. I'm going to pause all of those because we don't really want extra materials going down there if we can help it. Did you do some compost? Where did it go? I don't know. Not really too worried right now. We didn't build the biomass, so let's build that. That just outputs compost, which should have a belt ready to go. It does, because we are already stocking up with biomass. Biomass. We're making about 8 a month. Okay, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Okay. So this water looks like it is actually going up, so it looks like it is positive. We'll have to put a balancer in to get all that sent back at some point. So we no longer need that pipe. We no longer need that pipe. We might need this waste down here, unfortunately. I'm tempted to move the transformer so it's cleaner, but I suppose that can wait. Not in any massive rush for that. We explored a location, we found more electronics. We also found a groundwater well. Oh, that's interesting. I've never seen those before. And we have a couple of enemies we can go and harass. Score of 470, we couldn't beat a 400. Score of 400, so I guess we'll ignore him for the moment as well. We have a settlement over here we can explore. Let's explore that settlement, give us some more contracts and the such like. Right. So we do have compost coming out. We've had some compost go into there. And we've had some compost go into there. That probably didn't need to be a mixer 2 over there. Actually could have totally done with a mixer 1 to start with, but that's fine. We also need the dirt, which comes from here. It's had some, I guess, delivered. Because it hasn't had any dirt on the belt. That's fine, I suppose. Then it'll start making fertilizer. We do need to know if these start filling up. So notify me if it's 75% full, and then we'll start worrying about piping that up. Chlorine is looking okay. We've got a little bit in the system. Are we making enough chlorine? 1224 uses 16. Yeah, it should be plenty of chlorine. Okay, cool. And this is now full. And we're going to get to the point where when other stuff, like when this does another run and chucks out 120 water, it's going to start coming to the point where it can't do that because it's going to be full. But this just collected the water, and you're going to take it over there. Okay, don't do that. I don't want you doing that. I want the water to stay in the system. I don't know where it's going to take it now. Where are you taking it now? Over there. I also don't want you doing that. So what is... I think you just put the water somewhere. I think you just lost it. That's fine. We don't really want the water going anywhere else. And that is because we never built this pipe here. So I had no way of importing that water back into the system. The reason that's full is because this is still going. So let's pause that now that we actually have the water coming out of this. Because that's 120 water for every 160 waste it creates, which is roughly every 2 cycles. Okay. And how much water are we using? 90 water now. Okay. So we did build an extra house over here. So you have a little bit of spare house and we've got loads of workers. A couple of people have said they don't know why I'm still making people slum it in the shanty town shacks. So rather than building any more housing, we will start upgrading those when we need them. Don't really need them at the moment. We found some loot, hooray. And it was this one here, wasn't it? So what's this? Diesel to bread, coal to sulfur. We've got contracts for construction parts and for iron ore. Iron ore could be useful at some point soon. We can import waste if we really wanted to. Don't know if I'm so bothered about that. That's fine. Score of 430. Don't know if I can survive it. Go over there instead. Okay, so I think this is all fine now. It doesn't look like it's keeping up with the biomass. This is only a standard mixer. Oh, I don't know. I think that has gone down there. That's fine. So we did pause this pipe, did we? Yes, and that is still full over here. We'll just keep an eye on that. And if that is at the point where it can no longer... Because this one also exports water, of course. It does some 72 water as well. So I think we are at the point where we're water positive. And this one is now full. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect this to here as well. And we're going to unity that. We do have a little bit coming out here which goes down to this. But that's all that one's currently feeding. Ships in battle, that's fine. And then I guess we need to start thinking about doing something with this fuel gas. But what? Do we pump it back up into the main loop? And let it get burnt up here? What else do we do with the fuel gas? And what produces the fuel gas? What produces the fuel gas? Where does the fuel gas come from? Hold on a second. Where do we get fuel gas? From the anaerobic digester. Okay, so we're not in a point where that's a concern. That's the main thing. Okay. So we have some dirt coming out. That is just waiting on more compost. It's got all the dirt it needs. That's fine. When the dirt backs up, the compost will just be forced to go just to there. So we can start making fertilizer. We have currently made, a teeny tiny bit. And it looks like we are trucking that around at the minute. That's fine. We've paused that pipe, but water is still looking pretty good. Okay. Location explored and ship in battle. It found some loot. Hooray. So we found a uranium mine and a couple more settlements. 470, 610. Wow. Let's... are we not home yet? Is that why we can't go exploring? No, we are home. Maybe it's just being fueled. It's being repaired. Okay, that's fine. Let's get rid of that message. So next on the list is... Oh, that's what we wanted fuel gas for. We want to get rid of all of this, don't we? Do we still have... Yeah, loads of stuff for it to do. Okay, cool. Let's do this. Iron control tower has nothing left to mine. That's fine. Are we okay for construction parts? And we've got 700. And we've got 700. How much is this going to cost, I guess is the question. 800 Mark 3s, 400 Mark 2s. We're fine. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's delete all of that. So we don't have the storage attached to that, so we can leave the storage there. That's fine. Oh, this is quite exciting. I'm quite excited about this. We have a low supply of diesel. Only in that one, though. It just means a bunch of trucks have just come up and picked up huge amounts of diesel from it. It's fine. Iron control mine has nothing left to mine. That's fine. Let's come over here, edit area, move you over there. There is still iron here to be mined. We probably don't need to worry about going over into this corner anymore. Let's do mining designation. Let's get rid of all of that. Let's bring this down in a... We're coming down to -1 now? We're going down to -2 now, I think, aren't we? No, -1. Okay. And then let's bring that... might as well do all of that, I guess. And then we'll do, like, that. Let's do that. And then mine control tower, edit area, bring you back over here. Cool. That's that sorted. High supply of fuel gas. Yeah, we're just making too much fuel gas now. Low supply of diesel we've looked at. This, we're waiting to get rid of this, so let's just give it a little helping hand. Let's just give it a little helping hand. Why not? I want to unity it, but I want to save the unity to build the actual thing. Let's delete these pipes. And once we've done this, we will pipe the fuel gas up to here, I think. So let's take a copy of this. Oh, it's not all gone yet. Come on. Come on. There we go. Right. We need to get rid of those 2 pipes as well, really, ideally. Thank you. So this we are going to put here, which gives 5 tiles of clearance on that side and 4 on that side. That seems fine. We are then going to unpause all of that. And we are going to figure out why I didn't put this one here. So there's a collision with a pillar. Oh, because we left a little bit of stupid pipe there. There we go. I don't know if we need all of that necessarily, but we've done it. That's all that matters. And then this, we connect to this. And we also unpause that. We upgrade this. And then we just let that be built. We're just going to let that one be built. And that should have everything we need. We've already got trucks complaining that they can't deliver there. That's fine. None of these need to be delivering there. I'm going to mark this as paused because I want to get them relying on the fuel gas. So with that done, we can bring a pipe in around here. Oh, we missed some bits. I don't need trucks delivering there or there. Excellent. We are pretty much good to go. So this has a balancer on, so it prioritizes certain bits over other bits. I can't remember exactly what it is now. I think it prioritizes the crushed slag over the gravel, which is the alternative. Oh no, because I haven't put that recipe in. Ha 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 ha. So we want this one, and we want all of them on, really, don't we? So we want to do crush slag, if not do gravel, if not do sand. Yes. And then copy that. And I did the right thing. Yes, excellent. So we have a big old rock bucket, which we would like to be kept just a little bit full. We don't really need 250, but fine. And this one is the slag bucket, which we want to be kept up to 60. This is limestone, which we want to be kept at 60, just because that's a full truckload. And that should be everything. Cool. We should be seeing... And now they produce CO2, so they don't produce exhaust. So there's no point in connecting that to the exhaust system. That's absolutely fine. We don't have any water. Where's the water input? It's these ones here. What did this? Well, that's the exhaust. Ah, right. So we've managed to connect this water input to the exhaust because it lined up just perfectly. There is nothing in that pipe, so let's just get rid of it. And then unity that for expedience. They don't take a lot of water, do they? No, 12. So we might need to think about upgrading this at a later date, but for now that's fine. I'm just going to unpause that bit and then delete that bit and then flip that bit and then unpause those bits and then flip that bit and then unpause that bit and that bit. Otherwise you don't have any water coming in, so I don't know how you'd ever make concrete. Cool. This all looks like it's working well. We were actually getting fuel gas delivered. I don't know if I'm too worried about it. You are struggling to find a destination you can reach. You are trying to get to these. Do not, 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 do not. Problem solved. Building collapsed because of terrain. Yes. I said this little bit would be a problem, didn't I? I said it would be a problem. Let's just take this back to like here. Unity that. How are we doing for time? All right. All right, but not amazing. Let's just unity that. Don't really care too much. Still have a low supply of diesel, but I think that's just trucks are picking up because we still have oodles and caboodles of diesel. We have some fuel gas and some hydrogen coming into these. That's wonderful. We're actually burning hydrogen right now as we speak. We actually have a little bit of excess naphtha. Oh my word, that's exciting to see. That means you have naphtha. You do have naphtha. Oh my didgeridoo. And we actually have enough sulfur that we're seeing sulfur getting turned into slag as well. Interesting. So if I enable this, which we do by swapping this priority, is this going to use up more sulfur than is reasonable? Are we going to end up emptying these tanks? So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say put an alert if this gets down to 75% empty. Not that I'm worried if it gets to 75% empty, but I want to know if this is emptying faster than we're producing sulfur elsewhere. That's the question. That's the question. I can't believe we've got naphtha coming in. That's amazing. Of course, if we fill up with fuel gas and hydrogen, then I suppose we burn it. We burn it, so it's fine. So I might want to actually enable the naphtha. At least one of them. I don't think we're going to have any naphtha coming in for some time, but just if this does fill up, we do have a way of burning the excess, because that's of course what happens with the fuel tanks. If we have excess, it goes into the boilers. Everything's hunky-dory. Right. Let's pop down here. This pipe is paused. We are absolutely full of water. Excellent. Now, we've already dug all that out. Calm down, people. Calm down. Let's get you all out of there. And let's do that. And we probably need to do a little bit over there as well. Okay, and then edit area. And before you even get to where you want to go, turn around, head over there. We've got to fill all this in yet, of course, which is the other thing. Right. Are we happy that all this is working? This is waiting on compost. We are full of dirt. That's absolutely fine. I have no issues with that. We are full of chlorine, which I do have a bit of an issue with. What can we do with excess chlorine? Because if we fill up with chlorine, then this doesn't run, so this doesn't run. Do we care? So as if we fill it with steam, this doesn't run. But we should, thinking about it, we should see a nice little dip in pollution, hopefully. Water pollution, yes, it's just disappeared because we're no longer throwing waste into the water at any point. So water pollution is gone. That's amazing. There is no water pollution whatsoever. What else can we do with chlorine? We need to turn it into graphite. We'll come to that, my friends. We'll come to that. Apart from that, turn it into plastic. We'll come to that as well, my friends. We'll come to that as well. We also need a little bit of naphtha for that, which could be a problem. We might need to scale up our oil productions. There was a comment, by the way, I saw in a video from, I think it was like episode 5, so we're going back some way. And this guy was like, I think you need to think about scaling up your iron production. And I was just like, ha 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 ha, laughs in pipes. Because obviously he hasn't seen that beast over there. Right, I'm going to have a little sip of tea. Because I always make a cup of tea before I do a recording. And then I get to the end of the recording and I'm like, didn't drink my tea. Now it's stone cold. So I now have a stone cold cup of tea, but I'm going to have a slurp. Hang on a second. Although I tried really hard not to slurp. So you are collecting the organic fertilizer. You are going to take the organic fertilizer all the way up here into these tanks, which is going to feed into this, which you're going to make more organic, more fertilizer 1, which is going to go into here, so we can make fertilizer 2, which goes into the fertilizer 2 tank. This one. And then you get piped into the fields, don't you? Yes, you do. Oh, that's beautiful. And then we make more food that we don't currently know what to do with. Okay, excellent. We have no research. We cannot currently research this because we have not made any electronics too. So that's what we're going to look at the moment. In the meantime, do we want to get some research going? Should we just think about getting this? Just an extra little boost to pollution from vehicles? Or should we get this because that takes 1.2, that takes 2.9? We don't have trains yet, but let's just get train pollution down. So when we do get trains, we're in a better position. Okay. So, the ore sorting plant is still blocked. It's still full of dirt, and it is now also full of limestone. Limestone goes here. Trucks can collect from there. Dirt is on its way, but it's just blocked by the rock, because it does the rock first, and I can't see a way of getting it to do the dirt first, which is very annoying. Very annoying. The alternative is we set up like our own like sand ore sorter, which just does the sand and the rock, and maybe dirt if we need it, but I don't think we do. Look at how close, by the way, that is to flooding our little sand mine over here. Ooh, that is mighty close. Ship's back. Let's send you over here. Why not? Yeah, we've got like maybe 5-10 minutes. So have a quick look over here. What can we get rid of? Housing 2, we do need housing. Okay, let's get our first housing 2 in. It's going to be this one here that's connected to all the waste. It's exciting. It's exciting. We have all the parts. Should we just Unity it? Why not? Why not? Oh, it's doing it. Okay, it is doing it. So housing 2, done. Corn farming we haven't touched. Housing 3, we haven't touched housing 3, but we've done those. Thermal desalination we've done. Electrolysis to get chlorine we've done. The rotary gas kiln we've done. The wastewater treatment, the incinerator plant, the ship weapons. Nope. And then it's on to plastic and electronics. Okay, this again is entirely new to me. Look, we have some people now living not in squalor. We have 81 people who are now living in actual buildings. Are you happy, YouTube? Are you happy now? Okay. Little concern. Yeah, there's not enough space for the water to output. Hold on a second. There's not enough space for the water to output, so we are absolutely full of waste. We need to pause for a moment. So this pipe here goes all the way up to here. That is marked as a priority out. So if we just flip that pipe, that's not going to work. But it's partly going to work. If we delete up to there and Unity that, and then we want a balancer, really, don't we? We're going to want to fit a balancer in here. So we have a Mark 1 going over here. And we have this Mark 2 going up to here. Let's Unity those out of the way. Get ourselves a pipe balancer we're going to fit in somewhere. So we're going to put this one here. Okay. So we're just going to connect a Mark 3 pipe here. We then want a Mark 2 pipe to go to here. And we want a Mark 1 pipe to go to here. They are the priority outs. We want to Unity, 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 Unity. Then we want a Mark 2 pipe to connect here. That is going to come out to here. Go up to height. Turn off snapping. Go up to height. Hello. 3 along here. It's going to come to here. And then it's going to come over here and connect to this. And we're going to Unity that as well. So we're going to prioritize pushing water back into the system Otherwise, we are going to send water back to the source. And this water here, coming into here, is a priority in. So we have a priority in as the output from, I'm gonna have to turn that off, from the rainwater harvesters, which go into this storage, which go up this pipe, which goes into as a priority, and we'll also treat the extra water coming in from the wastewater treatment facility as a priority. Mason has no fuel, excavator has no fuel. Where? We discovered a settlement, we've got some electronics. This settlement does contracts of diesel to gold, coal to quartz. A few little bits and bobs, excellent. Why doth you have of no fueleth? Because the fuel station is only fueled from this one. So if we connect that to there, the fuel station will now get fuel from either source. This pipe fuels our ships and is a Mark II pipe, but is connected by a Mark I pipe. So we may as well upgrade this one. Excellent. What are you doing? You came up here all this way to fuel up. That's fine. We should now have fuel coming in here, so the excavators will get fuel again. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Let's have a little look. Oh, it's looking good, mates. It's looking good. I mean, really, we should have saved this, I suppose, until we started digging this out. We got maybe a little bit ahead of ourselves building that, but still, they are doing good work over here. So we should no longer be seeing water as a problem. We do have a problem in that regardless of whether we want water to go, water is going to go. So we actually need to solve that as well, don't we? We need to do sort of what we did up the top. We need another balancer here. We need another balancer here, please. Thank you. This balancer is going to prioritize sending stuff back into the tanks. So it's going to have a little bit of a loop here, and only if the tank is completely full will it then start sending water out. Otherwise, water is going to be sent into the system regardless. We only want it being sent there if it is excess water. I still am not convinced that is the best way of doing it, but it's what we've got. Oh, of course I should probably unpause this pipe. So we have water coming into here, and it should go straight up here into this until this is full. Cool. It seems to be working at the oil processing, so I think we're okay. What is that? Oh, that's the filter media. Okay. That's fine. Biomass has calmed down. Waste is absolutely fine. You are fine. You're waiting on compost. Everything's fine there. Okay. So. Well, I can't right click here, can I? Oh, I can. Okay, take it back. We need electronics too. Electronics 2 are PCBs. PCBs are glass and plastic. Let's go back again. Plastic is a chemical plant, which is naphtha and chlorine or ethanol and chlorine. Ethanol comes from corn mash and oxygen. We do not have that. You can get it from hydrogen and carbon dioxide. We do not have that recipe yet. So really, naphtha is the only way we can make this. So, oh, sorry, this isn't a chemical plant. It's a poly plant. It immediately gave up. Naphtha and chlorine. So chlorine is here. Naphtha is here. That's a pain, isn't it? How much does it take? How much does it make? It makes 36. So we would use the plastic to make the PCBs, which get made in an assembly 3. So this is going to be making PCBs. Can we pin this? And can we pin this? So you make 36, which means we could have up to 6 of these. That's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. You also take in 6 glass and 3 copper. Copper's not a problem. We could scale this up if we... Copper's not a problem. We could scale this up if we need to. And I think we might need to because we're currently making 96 and we're using 96. So if we're going to be using more copper, we are going to need to build more copper plants. That's not really a problem. This should be kept full. That is on their way. Glass, we are making 48, and we are using, well, stuff down there we're not using, and stuff down here we're using sometimes. We're making 48, we're using maybe 12, so we're probably fine for glass. If we had 6 of them, that'd be another 36, that's 48, so we're fine for glass, but we're probably going to need to scale up copper. We need another 3, 6, 9, 18 copper. So if we did just another one of these, that would probably be fine. And that should probably... What do they make? 24. Yeah, so that bell is going to need to be upgraded. Cool. Now we'll have enough. No, we won't. Oh, and also, you're not connected to the thing. You're not connected to the thing. Oh, and you have your own belt for this as well. Mild pain. Am I behind? Where do you come out at the moment? Do that, pause that, and then unpause that. Okay, that's the slag dealt with. So you also have this that you don't need. You produce 36, so we need a Mark 1 pipe to connect you to there. Cool. Right. Now I think that's everything. Nope. Hello, missing acid pipes. Now I think that's everything. How much acid do you use? 6, 12, 24. We're fine for that. Okay, cool. So we're fine for copper. That makes 12 PCBs. If we were making 6. I don't think we need all 6, but if we were making 6. Because that uses all 36 from the chlorine and the naphtha. I don't know that we've got 12 additional naphtha coming in all the time. Don't know. Okay, then the PCBs get turned into electronics 2, also in an assembler 3. That uses 12 electronics and silicon poly. Silicon poly comes from a silicon reactor, which uses molten silicon. Oh dear. Okay. So you use molten silicon and hydrogen to make silicon poly. The molten silicon comes from an arc furnace. This is getting complicated now, isn't it? So you are going to make me molten silicon, which is there. That uses sand, coal, fine, graphite, less fine. Makes 36 molten silicon. You use 18, so we can have 2 of you. You will produce 36 silicon poly, which means we could do 6 of you. That means we would need a 6 times 12, which is 72 electronics extra. We are currently making 24, so we'd need another 3 to cope with that alone, because we're making 96 at the moment. We are using 24 for maintenance, plus some over here. We probably want to scale up our electronics production, so we'd need some more electronics. That might be too much, but at least we will know. You are not running. I don't want you doing that. I don't want you doing that. You're not exhausting exhaust, because that pipe never got built. Honestly, you guys must get so angry. Okay. You are now exhausting exhaust. You are sending out molten stuff. You're running. You will soon be running. You're running. And you're running because copper's coming out. Excellent. Okay. So that is the PCB, the electronics, the silicon poly. That makes electronics 2. That is quite an additional build, isn't it? That is quite an additional build. It also means more furnaces. Oh, graphite. We're not even finished yet. We also need graphite from a chemical plant. Where does this have to go? Into here. We need 3 graphite. This makes 12 and sour water. And it uses chlorine. Okay. So this is going to have to go up here somewhere. Because I am not making another sour water processor elsewhere. I'm going to just unlock this one. And it's just going to all be fine. So that will make 12 graphite. It'll also use double the power. Is it already accounted for that there if I change the recipe? No. So that's actually going to use 500 kilowatts of power to make 12 graphite. 12 graphite could run 3 of these. No, bad math. 4 of those. Do we need 4 of those? We probably need to plan for it. I am not going to have extra of these everywhere, but in fact this gets used in a couple of extra places, in a crystallizer and then an assembly 3. Saying that, the arc furnaces will get upgraded at some point, won't they? And I wonder if there's an upgrade to the silicon reactor later on as well. But let's at least get the space planned out for it, and we'll worry about it at another date. So one of these can feed 4 of these, which feeds 8 of these, which is going to make us lots of silicon poly. The silicon... Where does the silicon poly go? That goes there. Eventually, that goes there. Oh. So the silicon poly goes into this, also with the PCB, which is this bit. Yep. So that kind of goes in line with that. That kind of goes there. This makes the plastic, which goes into there. This makes the graphite that goes into there. Just so I've got like an idea of what's going on. Right, and that's to get electronics 2. So that would be the plastic, the arc furnace, the silicon poly, and the electronics 2. Once we've got electronics 2 and we have made 20 of them, we will be able to research this, which will give us the research lab 2, maintenance 2, the maintenance depot 2, and access to construction parts 4, which need electronics 2. Okay. That is everything I think we need. That also, of course, needs electronics 1. So they kind of need to go in line with electronics 1-ish somewhere. Where on earth are we going to build this? We don't have a lot of room for this sort of stuff anymore. I mean, these will go up here, about there-ish. In line with these, ideally. Whereas, if I wanted them in line with those, where would that be? So that one would be about there. So it would go about there. Enough room to increase that if we wanted to. Yes. This uses naphtha and chlorine, so this is going to go up there somewhere. This uses glass and copper, So it makes sense if this sits around here as well, somewhere. Maybe like about here. If we tuck that up. Remember, that glass doesn't actually have to be there. That glass, in fact, should probably... Why can I not... I can't cut it because I can't cut it. Why would I be able to cut it? That'd be silly. The glass we could probably put there. And if we unity that, pulls that belt, and then wait a couple of hours, 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 and then delete that because that doesn't need to be there. That should automatically fill that. And then we can break that. Unity that little chunk there. Connect that to there. Unity that. Copy that. Up to height 5 in line with this, which is there. Yes. And then unity that. And then delete that. Okay, cool. So these could go somewhere around here, I think. Because we'll have the glass from there, the copper we can pull in from over here. The glass, if it has to do a little bit up there, that's fine. And then the plastic comes from this, which is naphtha and chlorine. I guess being a polymerization plant, it probably makes sense to have it up by the naphtha. Up here somewhere. We do have room there for it. This is definitely going to go up there because it's making sour water. It makes sense for it to go, if that's going up there because of the sour water and that needs chlorine, we may as well have this up here because that uses chlorine. So we should probably have a couple of tanks built, which is going to cause us problems. Because I'd like one there and one there, but we can't fit that quite there. But that's going to be chlorine. And not kept empty. Thank you. Let's get that built now. And then that will get piped somewhere. And we can do height 1 along there, I think. Or height... Yeah, ground 1. We can do height 1 along there. Okay. Are we absolutely out of diesel? No, we're not. Okay. Little bit of a panic. Not a major panic. Why? That's filled with that. That's filled with light oil. That's making naphtha. Naphtha isn't... Naphtha is full. Okay. We are filling up on naphtha. But we're working on that. Because we're about to use more naphtha for this. We should also be using naphtha for rubber, and we're about to scale up our production. In fact, we're making 24 rubber at the moment. We are using 24. We need more rubber on the go. So we're going to unpause this. We're going to unpause this. Everything else should be fine. Just in case, yeah, didn't have the diesel. Oh. I'm going to bring this across here. And then we changed this, didn't we, actually? I don't think we need the diesel, but just in case. Sure, that makes complete sense. Do that. Okay. So we're going to need more rubber, so rubber's sorted, which is going to use a bit more naphtha and a bit more sulfur. Even with this running, this is looking fine over here in terms of sulfur. And we do have the sulfur overflow if we need it. Okay, cool, right. We probably want to plan for more than one of these, don't we? What do you... Sorry, did you use coal? You used coal. We might just have to give it its own coal storage, I think. Coal storage could be a problem. Because we don't have a lot of coal. Why is this not working? There we go. That should go across there. That should go into there. We should now have some coal coming out. Excellent. Unbelievable. Got a little bit of rock. Got a lot of dirt. Need to get that dirt and rock out of there faster somehow. I just don't know how. It's only doing the dirt when it's absolutely empty of rock. And we have to have dirt and rock in here because they could be mixed in with anything. Oh, I don't know what to do there. Yeah, I was just looking at that and I was just thinking, I wonder if they finished over there. They absolutely have. So let's edit this area. It's been 20 minutes. We really need to think about stopping. So let's just start tidying this up a little bit. So let's get rid of all that. Just check. Yep, there's still iron in them there hills. Okay. That's fine. Let's just do that, and we need that little bit there as well. Do that bit just in case. In fact, there is a little bit just there, look. I see you, cheeky piece of iron. We don't need that because we didn't do that before. And then edit the area, move that over there. This is taking longer than I thought to get rid of that. We are almost full of housing again, so we will upgrade another one of those. Chlorine is pretty full. We have a low supply of diesel, which is concerning. We do seem to be using diesel faster than we are producing diesel. Is that because that's full? It's full of naphtha. It's because we're full of naphtha. That's why nothing's running. Well, like I say, we're going to take care of that in a bit. So if we have a look at this, what does this do? Inputs, outputs. Let's have the... Oh, I don't want to do that. Wasn't the polymerization plant, was it? No. What on earth was that called? Silicon? It wasn't the silicon reactor. Crude oil refining? Polymerization plant? No, because that's that. Was it a chemical plant? It was just a chemical plant. Okay. So you have 2 inputs, 2 outputs. One of the outputs is sour water. Okay. So let's do this. And this. And this. And this. And we might flip these to make them make sense. So if we plan for 4 of those, although we're not going to use 4 at the moment because that's crazy. So that's going to use a bit of coal, a bit of chlorine, graphite, and sour water are going to be the outputs. So we're going to need coal, and we've got chlorine storage there. The coal storage we might put up a bit nearer up here somewhere. Let's just put it in line, I guess. So you're going to be more coal storage. Let's just put you on 60, and we'll put 2 in case we need to make you a big storage at some point. And you're going to go up about here. And then you... Do we need to plan for more of you for the future? I mean, we probably do, don't we? So you would go probably... How much naphtha do you take in? Naphtha and chlorine both piped. 12. It's probably fine like that. Yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Okay, and then you have exhaust, which you can plug into our exhaust system somewhere. So your naphtha and chlorine, and your coal and chlorine. So if I put you like... I'm annoyed it doesn't fit nicely. Shall I move the coal buckets? I've moved those... There's one... Probably want them down a little bit more. Let's put the coal buckets there. And then put you in there. Something like that. And then we need to figure out how to belt all that in and everything, and that will come later. I'm actually thinking we might want to swap these over. Just because that's closer to the coal then. We might need to give those an extra tile in between actually. One, two, three. Yeah, like that. And then probably move those over a little bit. So something like that. Okay. So it's coming up to an hour and a half now, so we're not going to worry about doing all the belting and everything, but this is what we're going to have. The sour water can get plugged straight into the sour water system somewhere, wherever that is. We'll have to build another sour water stripper. Sour water comes there and it ends there, doesn't it? So we need to plug it in, which makes the sour water you do. So if we could bring that in, like maybe in between these guys and then over here and into there, that would be fine. That works. The graphite comes out into storage of some sort. I don't know what storage, but it's going to come into some sort of storage. The chlorine, we've got the chlorine storage being built there. We'll pipe that in over there. Same for that one. And the coal is there. This uses naphtha, which we can take off of. So we do have naphtha going out and back in. I guess we want to take it off of the in. So, oh my word, that is buried in there, isn't it? I would like, so maybe here where we've got some space to see it, only just. We'll put a balancer on there, unless where does the naphtha... Oh, it comes all the way from there. And then comes back in here. Where it does go into a balancer. It does have an input here. Oh, that's just for those ones. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I don't think we'll worry about that. I think we will put an extra balancer in here, which will prioritize output in naphtha here. Otherwise, sending it over to this loop bit. I think that's what we'll do. And the chlorine can just get used up, I don't care. And then, so that's the naphtha, we've got more chlorine. Plastic goes in some sort of storage. The exhaust, we need to pipe the exhaust back. Does that make, oh no, it uses that. It's somewhere into the exhaust system, which is this lot back here. So somehow, what is this pipe? I mean, not exhaust, which is all that really matters. Yeah, somehow we need to get it plugged into the exhaust system. That's something for us to figure out next time. So cool. It has been an exciting day. We have a low supply of diesel because we've got too much naphtha. Let's upgrade these as a short-term solution. What do we not have? Sorry, do we not have electronics? all construction parts? Because that seems like a lie. We actually don't have construction parts too. Why not? Because we don't have bricks. Why don't we have bricks? I never checked in on this, did we? You don't have manufactured sand. Why don't you have manufactured sand? Slag crushed, manufactured sand. Because a tiny, annoying, frustrating piece of belt never got built. Oh my word. Always check your builds. Always check them. Make sure they are working. Because we didn't add a separate sand input here, did we? So we haven't had construction parts being made for some time. We are very low on construction parts 1. We are very low on construction parts 2. But loads of construction parts 3 though. Right. We are now outputting concrete blocks. It should make it all the way down here, go up there, go into the concrete block storage. That could probably be moved down here now, seeing as the belt is there, but as it's there, we'll just leave it there. Alternatively, we could reverse this belt and just plug it in there, so they don't have to come down there and go up, but hey ho. Right. You're working, you're working, you're working. You don't have a lot of crushed slag, but that's fine. I just saw the Unity thing pop up and I thought it was Unitied. You have a low supply of water. Why? Because you are not outputting your sludge. Why? Because you are full of fuel gas. Yeah. We could also upgrade them, but we don't have any bits to upgrade them with currently, so not a lot we can do about that. The chlorine is full, but that's not the end of the world. Just means we're not making any water there, although that does mean that we're not getting water in from that bit, I suppose. So we have 0 water, which means the settlement has 0 water. So I feel like... Oh, that pipe was paused the whole time. That's fine, because we're going to flip that pipe. And we're going to make... another input off of this. And then we're going to unpause this pipe. And what we'll do is we'll just flip this pipe. As and when we need it, we will flip this pipe. What did I just do? Cancel that. That bit doesn't need to be paused. Although it's now doing the same thing as that. Which is fine, it doesn't matter, whatever. Yeah, so we'll let water come in from here, and as and when we need it, we'll pause this pipe and flip this one if we need to fill up with water. Okay, so the sludge isn't being processed because we were full of fuel gas. We're full of fuel gas because we're full of fuel gas. There's not a lot we can do about it. And because we're full of fuel gas, we're not processing the slurry. And because we're not processing the slurry, we've got lots of waste. And this is this. Why are you not processing? Because the steam is full. And the steam is full because we only use the steam for this, but we're not using that because the chlorine's full. So we need to do something about that. Can we just send steam to... how much steam do you make? 18 steam. We need these. No, because that makes more water. I guess that's fine. It's sort of another one of these temporary things. So we need to put a balancer in here. which we can't fit in there. So we need to put a balancer in about here. This pipe we are going to delete back to here. We are going to take a copy of that. We are going to plug that into there. We are also going to plug this into here. We are going to unity the removal of this. We're going to wait a day and a half because the game's paused. My bad. Okay. And we're going to plug. You're doing this very annoying thing again. This into here. We are going to, if we can, unity. This is going to prioritize output here into the system. If it can't, it will send it down here. This will make us a little bit of water. This little bit of water is going to get sent. There's no point in putting it there. So it needs to go in, does need to go into an input, really, doesn't it? So we're just going to find somewhere for it to go. That goes into the input, doesn't it? Yeah. So we're going to plug that into there, and then we're going to unity that if we can. Wait. No. That's the output. So wait, the water output from this comes up here, plugs into this, which just gets sent over here, which goes into the incineration plant. The output water from this never actually makes it back into the system. And I know I haven't built that, but why have that pipe there at all? What's the point of having that water go in there? That water is just going to get blocked up all the time. Have that water go into this pipe, which feeds into this, and then the output can just come straight from that output. Yeah, that seems silly. Okay, so we're still full of fuel gas, but they've been told to upgrade as and when they can. You should be processing waste very soon, which will burn a bit of fuel gas. It'll make a bit of water, but the water, as soon as that's finished, will go into the cooling tower. No, the water will go where? Wait, what? No, it uses water. Then it produces steam. The steam can be used for stuff, or it'll go into the cooling tower, which will make a little bit more water. As long as that waste is being processed, that's all we really care about. Water is fine there. Wastewater is also fine, because it's all just getting thrown into this bucket. This is still waiting to process the sludge, and the sludge is because we can't get rid of the fuel gas fast enough. Oh no, we're fine for that now. Don't know what's changed. Maybe we've actually started just because we're burning a bit over here, I guess. So right now we're full of steam, so we need this to be built. I can unity it. So if there is too much steam in the system, which is absolutely fine, then we'll turn the steam into water. Okay. I think that problem has been solved. Not the fuel gas problem. That's a separate problem. I guess we could pipe the fuel gas up to here, which would just stop, or I can just set, can I set an export route to this? I don't really care where it gets exported to, I suppose, do I? I just need it gone. I need it empty. Trucks are being told to empty it. They're just not making it fast enough. Maybe I could tell these to no longer accept imports. Because they're making more fuel gas than we can use anyway. No, that seems silly. That seems silly. Let's let them do that. But trucks should not be delivering to these. We should be stopped by that anyway, but let's do that. Okay. We are full of chlorine, which means we're not using up the brine necessarily, but that's actually sort of fine. So we're full of water again, but we're still not processing anything, so I'm going to leave that pipe in place for the moment. Because until we get rid of this fuel gas, until we solve this fuel gas situation, nothing's really going to change. So we do need to think of something to do with the extra fuel gas. That's outputs, so we could just burn the fuel gas. We could flare off the additional fuel gas. I'm just really hesitant to do that. And oxygen into diesel. I wonder if we did change our priorities up at the oil plant, didn't we? I wonder if we need to think about changing that. The rotary kiln, the incineration plant, the hydrogen reformer. Yeah, but we're full of hydrogen. Do we need a third prioritization to flare it off if we need? I really don't want to do that, but I'm wondering if we're at that point now, to be honest. But once we start burning more naphtha, I suppose that'll be something. Because that just makes more fuel gas. That makes more fuel gas. That is waiting on fuel gas? How are you possibly waiting on fuel gas? Oh, because you're not being prioritized over these. You're running, so you guys are not. Is that right? Because you're prioritizing going down here. You're prioritizing going to the reformers. Otherwise it goes back into the loop rather than to this. So you actually aren't going to run. How's our diesel? Better, actually. I was going to say maybe we should worry about turning that back on. But it's actually okay. It's actually alright. But yeah, we have this situation here, which we fixed here with a few things that we could pause. So it comes into this one. Prioritizes going to this, which prioritizes going to the reformers, otherwise it goes back into the loop. But what we want here is a couple of pipes we can pause. We're still going to send a bunch down here. But at least some of it. It's only really this one we care about at the moment. That one will come later. But at least some of it will come down here. Okay. And we can pause those when we put this one on. Yeah, okay. That's something. It's something. Sulfur's looking good. We're still sending sulfur down here. Okay. High supply of fuel gas. Yep. High supply of naphtha. Yep. Block due to full output. Yep. I mean, we're out of rocks. We are just now chucking out dirt. No, we're not. We've still got dirt on the line. Dirt is coming out, though. Slowly but surely, we are going to get dirt down there, which will then be chucked into the ocean. That's fine. My word. That was a busy end of the video, which was supposed to be 2 minutes, ended up being significantly longer. You should all be running and happy. I think you are. You're waiting on slag. That's fine. We know there's no slag. My word, that's a lot of rock. That is a lot of rock. Wow. And that just outputs to two of these making gravel at the moment. Which go into there to make manufactured sand. Oh no, it outputs to there as well, doesn't it? Yeah, it outputs to there as well to make more gravel. Cool. Okay. Well, it's working, which is the main thing. And we're making lots of those again, and we're making all of these again, even though we are basically out of construction parts because these weren't getting made for a while. But fine, it is what it is. It is what it is. Cool. Well, definitely time for us to finish up. So, exciting little video. We have been playing around over here again, trying to figure out how to balance this properly. We are finally upgrading the naphtha storage. That's something. We are out of research. I don't know if we're going to do anything else in the meantime. We have got waste processing up and running. We just have too much fuel gas. First world problems. I know the fuel gas tanks have been upgraded though, so we are now burning the slurry again, or processing the slurry again, I should say, which is good because we're full of slurry. And because we're full of slurry, we're filling up with wastewater, but that's all going to sort itself out soon, I hope. What we have to keep an eye on now, though, of course, is whether that actually fills up with water. So now that that is running again, do we consider... How much slurry does this produce? 36. How much do you use? 18. Oh, we do actually need 2 of these on. We do actually need 2 of these up and running. Because that, if that's running full time, we're making more slurry than we can actually use. So we're also going to need you and you and you. Which are going to join into you. Okay, cool. It's just because right now we're backed up with slurry, so we do need to make sure we're processing more of it. I know we're not running this full time because we're only using 160 and we're making about 80. So we should only need to be making enough to run one of those. But as we are backed up, let's not do that. We are full on housing, but we are waiting for this to be upgraded. It just needs lots of bits, and we don't currently have the bits. That's fine. But this is very exciting. It's almost balanced. It's almost balanced. We can get that fuel gas, I think, pumped out to this. The fuel gas will get used for the steam as and when we need it. And we'll just have to see if and as and when we need it, really. Because we could pump it into more power, but we could always use these to make more power as well, which we're not currently doing. These are all at least running. Diesel's looking better. Naphtha has been upgraded. We've got a bit of space for naphtha, so everything should be running there a bit more. We've dug down and down and down into this. We are slowly working our way through this, and what we'll have to do then is make like a ramp down here. Or will we? Because we only need to go to... No, maybe we'll be okay. I don't know. We'll start to see how far back it goes. But yes, and we've started planning for our electronics Mark II. The only thing I'm not sure of is where we are going to put the arc furnaces. Do we give them... Because we can't expand this anymore. That's fine. Our irons just ran out of stuff to be mined. We can't expand this any further along there. So where do we put the arc furnaces? Where indeed? And they make the poly, which goes into... Where does the poly go? Ah, goes into here. Goes into the electronics 2 things. So maybe we just like squeeze these here for now? Which means we can't expand electronics or PCBs at all, which is not great. There is a little bit of bumpy land there, I just noticed. We need to get rid of that. So, oh, I just deleted it. Oh, okay. Well, we know we need to bring those back. And then figure out where we're going to put them. I genuinely don't know where we're going to put them. Maybe just like here, facing this way. So I don't know if these are going to expand much out to the side, and they can always go that way as well. So yeah, maybe we'll put them there like that way. Maybe we'll do that. Anyway, really need to finish up. This video's getting ridiculous again. I'm so sorry. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have enjoyed it, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all those amazing, fantastic, wonderful things. Look at tier 2 housing, rocking the world. Still waiting on this. Still waiting on slurry to be processed faster. You're not processing faster just because that's as fast as you can process, and we don't have enough bits to make that yet, so there's nothing we can really do about it. Okay, well, you know, it is what it is. I will see you next time in Captain of Industry, where we will try to get everything balanced out a bit. We will try to get some more construction parts made as fast as we possibly can. Are they waiting on iron? Why are you waiting on iron? You have enough for the Mark II belt to cover it. You're running, but you're not getting crushed iron ore fast enough. And you're not getting crushed iron ore fast enough because there's nothing on that belt. And there's nothing on that belt because we're just out of iron ore. Oh my gosh. That is not something I expected to see. Is that because you guys are spending more time just digging out rock and stuff? Okay, so I think we need to get some more excavators. Maybe get a secondary iron tower, which is just focusing on like the main iron area. Because clearly that's a problem for us. Yeah. That's bad, because that means we're not getting in as much steel either. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I'll see you next time where we've got problems to fix, electronics Mark II to make, balancing of all sorts of things to sort out. Maybe we'll just chuck in some burners in the short term and just say if this is all full and you can't burn it, then just burn it. But I don't want to waste it. That just seems so wasteful to me. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you next time, and as always, thank you very much for joining me.